This is the Marvel Legends series, Marvel 80 Years, The Mighty Thor. We got the God of Thunder in his classic 60s, 70s, 80s look. Very nice. Some artwork right here, right here. I picked up this figure at Hobby Corner. Let's get it out of packaging. And here is Thor, the God of Thunder, out of packaging, and out of all the three classic Avengers released, I think this is the best figure out of all those three figures. It looks so classic Thor, and again, if you remember the old Marvel Universe 3.75-inch figures, this is sort of like a blown up version of that classic Thor, but done in a better detail, better articulation, better scale, just everything about it. I mean, it took years for Hasbro to really come up with a decent classic Thor, and I'm glad they waited. I'm kind of glad they waited. I've always been a fan of the modern Thor with the sleeves and the black pants, and yeah, I've always liked that because that's when I started reading comic book, started getting back into comic books, and that was what he was wearing. But I never got a chance to read the earlier comics in the 60s where he had his classic uniform or classic outfit like this one. The only time I saw him like this was in that cartoon, the old 60s cartoon when he was Don Blake and he would turn into Thor. Pretty cool. This is as good as it gets, folks. I'm loving this figure. I'll give you a detail. Look at that cape. Nice wash, some shading on it. Really nice. And the way they made it, it's like there's that classic looking curve right there. That's how it was in the comic books. In the old action figures, the cape was not a solid piece like Superman's, but it had a drape like this. And wow. Just amazing. Okay, I'm getting it out of the stand. This is obviously not part of the toy. This is the Revoltech flight stand from the amazing Yamaguchi Psylocke. So let's get that out of the way. Give you a closer look at this figure. Wow, look at that. And the inscription on the Mjolnir says, in the classic, whosoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, was still he when Jane Foster held if she be worthy. And now in the current Avengers comic books, Thor comic books, when he rebuilt Mjolnir, it now says if they be worthy. But since it's a classic figure, it says he be worthy shall possess the power of Thor, the God of Thunder. And everything about it is classic. The Hasbro nailed it with this figure. The blue pants, that black tunic, wrestling, it looks like a wrestling outfit, the belt buckle with the T on it and some wings, those silver plates, very nice. The head sculpt is perfect. I'm surprised there are no quality issues in the head sculpt, just like the Tony Stark head sculpt, very nice. The wings on the helmet, I believe, are glued on the helmet. They're not pegged in or anything like that, so just be wary of that when you're choosing through several figures on the shelf. Make sure they're parallel, they're properly aligned. I think that's the only thing you should worry about this head sculpt. Other than that, it's great golden locks of hair, has white and gold paint, white and yellow paint. And then he's got these boots, the classic boots that had those sort of rubber bands on it, leather straps on it, yellow boots. And I'm really glad they sculpted the boots to be like, regular boots, not the Spider-Man feet sculpt. So very nice. He's got these really big knee guards. For a while they were like this big. They were drawn in the comics that way, but I'm glad they toned it down a bit. He's got some of his these wristbands. I'm glad they made it red and black instead of yellow. Very happy with that. Again, more shading underneath there. So paint apps, sculpts, everything about this figure is just gorgeous. I'll give you a good look at the hammer. We'll do some comparisons later. Don't worry about it. So as you've already shown you the inscription. Some texture right there. Some shading. Small handle. That's how it was in the comic books. And a leather strap that will allow you to position it this way for him to grip that leather strap. It's thick enough, it's solid enough for him to actually hold onto it, and you can do that thing where it's not a solid grip, but it's good enough, I think. If you position it properly, that he'll be able to hold that strap, and he would like, the hammer would fly, and he would fly with the hammer like that. It's not perfect. I wish they would have made the grip tighter, but that's what it is. Okay, so on to articulation for the figure. Figure has a ball jointed neck that is on a hinge. The cape is not removable. I think it's super glued on right there on his shoulders. Ball jointed upper torso. He's got a waist swivel. He's got ball hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, double hinge elbows, ball hinge wrists. The right hand goes up and down while the open hand on the left goes in and out. Incidentally, you can replace the left hand with a clenched fist. So he's got three fists. He's got the gripping hand, the open hand, and the punching hand. Punch Loki with. Okay, ball jointed hips. Goes this way and that way. A little bit hindered forward and backward motion because of the sculpt of his pelvis. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, calf swivel. I was surprised they gave him a calf swivel, but I'm not complaining. Ball hinge ankles with the rocker pivot. And for size comparisons, here they are with some of my Marvel Cinematic Universe figures. I don't have my comic book Thor figures anymore. I gotten rid of them last year and a year before. So this is what we have to work with. The Infinity War Thor. You got the Thor: The Dark World version of Thor, and then the worthy Captain America, and along the bottom are their various hammers. As you can see, the 80 Years Thor's hammer is pretty hefty, and I was surprised that it's almost the same size as the worthy Captain America Thor, worthy Captain America Mjolnir hammer. Almost the same size. I was quite surprised. I thought this would be much bigger. So yeah, pretty cool. Figure stands at, from head to toe, just under 7.5 inches tall. If you count the feathers on his cap, it's about 7.5 inches tall. So some final thoughts on the figure. I think it's a fantastic figure. The figure deserves a 10 out of 10. I don't know how Hasbro could have improved this. Maybe an alternate head sculpt. I don't know. That's nitpicking. But the figure is a perfect rendition of the classic Mighty Thor. I absolutely love it. Best of luck to everybody hunting this one down. I hope you've enjoyed this little video review. If you did, please let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this new classic Thor. Please click that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my new videos. This has been the Marvel Legends series, Marvel 80 Years, and his classic look, the Mighty Thor. Thanks for watching.